Hey, so this is a video. It's this is the same with the RPG hobo. This is a true hobo style video. If you follow a little bit what has been going on a couple of days, you see Runeslinger put out a video about do or do not, and then Mephisto uh, did a video response to this, going on some slightly different tangent. And I did a comment on Mephisto's video, and I'm like, man, this deserves a video for real. And it kind of, I hope it's gonna trigger some conversation. So please let me know what you guys think. But honestly, in this hobby, in the vlogging or about RPG hobby or activity, there's a lot of videos about all kind of RPG issues. And like issues like Runeslinger discussed in this video, issues like Mephisto discussed in this video, and I was listening to Mephisto's really candid attitude about, maybe it's the nature of this hobby and there's nothing we can do about it. There's always gonna be issues, and I'm like, no, doesn't have to. It really doesn't have to. And honestly, I really believe that. I really believe that it doesn't have to be a hobby full of issues. And because I think there's only one issue in this hobby. And the only one true, real, fundamental, essential issue is to get to know you better, and therefore being able to find the game that suits you well. And honestly, it can. I know some people might be like, "Oh, this is trivial," but it's so fundamental for many things in life. It's not different with RPG. I mean, but it's not easy. That's the thing. It's because for me, all those small little bugbears and issues you have when you play your games, like I like the recent bugbear about equipment from Red Dice Diaries, for example. All those little issues, or it's for me. It's basically because the game doesn't rub you the right way. Just like Runeslinger, my man Runeslinger like to say, the game it doesn't rub you the right way. It's because it's not a game that suits your taste. Imagine, it's quite simple. What is it? What is an RPG? It's a design. It's a game design that is meant to do a specific thing. Some games, it's really not clear what it's meant to do. Some other games, it's quite clear what it's meant to do. The way the design is built in. Sometimes it's full of flaw, so the game is just bad because it's not well designed. That happens. It's not because it's on shelves that it's a good game. To keep that in mind. There's a lot of games full of flaws. Just think about Vampire, the Masquerade, or Vampire Requiem, whatever. It is meant to be a game about vampire and humanity and dealing with that dichotomy between the vampirism and the humanity, and create those political schemes in a really dark environment. But it ends up being played by thousands of gamers like a superhero game. That's, for me, it's a good example of a bad game. It doesn't do what it has to do, and it's not 1,000 people who are playing it wrong. It's because that's what it creates, and so the proposition doesn't fit the gameplay. So no wonder why so many people have problem with Vampire. Just to give you an example. So for me, it's all about that. You first, you need to play a lot and try many things to get to know what you want. Be critical. Ask yourself questions. What is it that you like? What is it that you're looking for? Discuss. And then, of course, you're going to have all kinds of issue finding that. Because the way there, the way to get to know oneself, can be long, can be short. It's a lifetime journey. It's not easy, but without being too philosophical, it's just you can be pragmatic about it. Just sit down, ask yourself, what do I want from this hobby? and then go out there and try to find a game, ask people about their experiences, try, and find a game that's gonna produce that, support that. So many designs out there are not gonna support what you're trying to do. Don't play D&D to play a political game. You have one or two skills. It's not. It doesn't support that. A lot of people are gonna hate on me, going like, I've been playing it. Of course, but it's not for that. There's better game for that. So, like this, I think is the one issue, the real issue. That when you solve that issue, a shitload of all those little small bugbears and stuff that happens are solved. I kind of covered that in my to do XYZ video, but I wanted to do a video clearly on this. For me, and I'd like to know what you guys think, but a shit ton load of RPG issues and frictions of all kinds can be avoided by playing the right game that suits your need. Like, honestly. And it doesn't mean to stick to one game. It can be a different game. You need to try it out. You need to do some research. You need to fail, in order to get better. But trying to solve those bugbears, I think it's not a waste of time, but almost. Because the thing that you need to solve is to find what you want, find what you need, because it's possible. It's going to change over time, of course, but it's possible to get to know you better and know that, these things. I don't want to care about that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to play these kinds of games. I don't want to play these kinds of stories. I don't want to play these kinds of issues. I don't want to be involved in this kind of experience. By knowing that for oneself, then it kind of narrows down the game, the games you're going to play. What kind of games you're gonna play, and your selection of designs and group of people and all these kinds of things, So, yeah, I think that's the only issue in RPG. It is a hobby that is kind of, if you want to have fun, if you don't want to lose your time going into sessions, random sessions that you don't know if you're going to have fun. What about you play and every time you sit down, you're going to have fun. Ask yourself this question right now in the group you are playing in. Is it a random fun session? Is it like, I hope it's going to be fun because last time it was not fun. Oh, I hope I'm not going to be sitting like for 2 hours or 5 hours where I'm not going to do anything because no. I hope it's gonna be nice all night long because last time there was like a 2-hour down and all these. If you are this guy right now, if you are totally random in your fun, in your RPG hobby right now, it's because there's a lot of stuff you don't know about yourself and the game you're playing and the relation between the two. For me, like I when I realized that, my gaming went boom. And I started to play way more because it was fun all the time. And I knew what I was getting into, because it was a conscious choice. It's all about this awareness, I've been talking about that for quite some time. Awareness of oneself, awareness of design, awareness of goals and objective and what you want to do and is huge. It's a hobby. Like all the small issues, I think it's just secondary, superficial. It's a hobby that is intimately, essentially importantly linked to the subjective experience of the user, of the gamer. If you don't know the nature of your subjectivity toward your experience and how it goes with the game you're playing and the activity itself, it's going to be random. Your fun is going to happen sometimes. But what you want is that it happens all the time, right? So get to know yourself better. You'll get to know what the games you need to play that will suit your need and fill those blanks and make sure you have a better experience. That's the real issue. I'd like to know what you guys think about this, and please let me know.